I was mopping vomit off the ER floor when my legs gave out. Third job, night shift, 48 years old and running on caffeine fumes so thin they barely counted as hope. I remember the taste of metal in my mouth right before I hit the linoleum. Then a blur of faces, the ceiling spinning, and a nurse leaning over me like she'd seen a ghost. Except it wasn't me she thought she recognized. "You're the boy from the 1984 kidnapping case," she whispered. Her voice cracked, not in fear, in certainty. I wanted to laugh. I barely had enough money to breathe, much less an identity crisis. But she grabbed her phone, opened an old headline, and held the photo up. My face. Same eyes, same scar under the chin. Only the child in that picture went missing at age 7, never recovered. Something inside me shifted. Not a crack, a clean break. I'll come back to that moment. But first, you need to understand how I got there. How someone like me ends up collapsed on an ER floor, broke, alone, and almost grateful for it. I met Claire when we were 25. She walked into my life like sunlight wearing a leather jacket. Sharp voice, sharper smile. She liked my steadiness. I liked her fire. We built something real, or so I thought. A house with white siding, a daughter with her laugh. 15 years that felt honest. Then the diagnosis hit. Stage 3 breast cancer. Aggressive. I didn't hesitate. Sold the house, emptied retirement accounts, took out loans I had no business touching. I just kept signing forms, nodding at doctors, telling myself love is measured in willingness. $1.5 million. Every cent either earned, borrowed, or ripped out of the bones of my future. And it worked. She survived. I thought we'd celebrate. I thought she'd cry in my arms. I thought surviving death makes people softer. Instead, she handed me divorce papers with the same expression she used to ask the barista for a latte. "I deserve better than a broke 48-year-old," she said. That sentence didn't stab me. It drained me. Like someone pulled the plug on my soul. She got the house I'd repurchased, the car, primary custody, child support that demanded an income I didn't have. I swallowed it, because my daughter deserved stability, and I still loved a woman who clearly didn't love me back. But love doesn't stop gravity. Bills dragged me under. I took 3 jobs. I slept in a studio apartment above a tire shop. My body quit before my spirit did, which is how I ended up on that ER floor, face down in bleach and someone else's blood. The nurse's discovery didn't feel real at first, but the more she talked, the more the pieces slammed together. I was adopted at 8, no papers before that. Just a safe handoff, according to the agency. No photos, no birth records. And that old missing poster? The boy disappeared from a small town 2 hours away from where my adoptive parents lived. "We should run a test," she said quietly. DNA confirmed it within a week. I wasn't who I thought I was. And the story behind that truth became the spark that lit everything that came next. The boy, me, was kidnapped by a woman who'd lost her own child 2 years earlier. A quiet tragedy turned into a delusion. She raised me like her biological son, then placed me for adoption when the guilt became too heavy. She'd since passed away, but the state still had legal files, old evidence, photos, forensic details, enough to reopen the original case. And enough to blow apart Claire's divorce settlement once the truth spread. Because kidnapped children receive victim compensation, large compensation, life-changing compensation. I stayed silent. Let the state attorneys do their thing. Let reporters dig. Let social media resurrect a 39-year-old cold case. Meanwhile, I watched Claire's perfect little world spin like a loose ceiling fan. See, while she was collecting my money, I was gathering everything she didn't think I noticed. Her hidden bank account, her private messages with a coworker, the way she moved money before filing, the timing, the manipulation, the lies to the court about my instability. I didn't plan revenge in anger. I planned it in clarity. First move, I filed for a full custody review. New evidence of my kidnapping trauma, combined with proof she'd lied under oath, it cracked her credibility. Second move, I filed a fraud claim on the divorce settlement, citing concealed assets and marital misconduct. Third, I hired a forensic accountant with my victim compensation, worth every dollar. What he uncovered could have choked a corrupt senator. She'd been siphoning our joint savings for years, pre-divorce. Illegal. Fourth move, I let the state handle the criminal implications. They didn't go easy. The day she walked into court, mascara smudged, hair tied in a frantic bun, she looked at me like she couldn't understand how her weak, tired, three-job ex-husband suddenly stood taller. I didn't say a word. The judge did it for me. Custody? Joint. Shifting toward primary to me pending review. Support? Reversed. She now owed back payments. The house? Frozen until investigation completion. Her face collapsed inward. Not sad, not angry, just hollow. Like someone who'd finally realized the chessboard wasn't hers. Afterward, in the hallway, she whispered, "You ruined me." I just looked at her and said, "You did that yourself. I just stopped cleaning up after you." These days, I sleep 8 hours. One job. A real home. My daughter has started asking questions about my past, and I answer them slowly, gently. People say revenge doesn't fix anything. Maybe, but justice does. Justice feels like reclaiming your own name. And that missing boy from 1984, he's not missing anymore. He's right here, standing, watching, quietly rebuilding everything that was stolen from him. This time, no one gets to take it away.